Hi, guys. Welcome to some more Real Talk Dog Talk. I'm Tori.
And I'm Barb.
For those of you who haven't joined us before, if you have any questions or comments, you can email us at realtalkdogtalk@yahoo.com.
And if you are a regular listener or emailer, or both, we love to get those emails. Keep them coming in. It gives us some great ideas for some of our podcasts.
Today we have Enzo and Jim again for our staff. Today, Enzo is working diligently to fluff the beds in the room.
Hard at it.
Yes.
I did call and ask Tori if Gabby could come with, and I got a big fat no.
Well, was it though?
It felt big to me. It almost seemed as though you did not want her in your house.
I mean, that's not true.
No?
I love her.
Well, it felt like a big fat no. So Gabby's still on leave.
She'll be back someday.
Yeah. And Enzo and Jim are with us. I got an email from a lovely lady in Fargo who purchased a puppy from us a while back, Gotti.
Ah, yes. He was a fun one.
And she had mentioned, I kind of moved it up on our list of podcast ideas because of the nice weather that has finally come around.
Finally.
But she was mentioning having a podcast on swimming.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Taking your dog to go swimming. She, has a few things that they're working on with Gotti. And thought that might be a really good topic. And it really is a good topic because it's not just, a lot of people have lakes. They go boating on the weekend. Some people just take their dogs fishing.
Yep.
And it's really kind of not just about fun, but also some safety things that you have to be aware of.
Right. And actually, looking at some of the stuff, there are a lot of things where I'm not a huge swimmer myself, so it's not something we do a lot of, but a lot of stuff I don't think you would think of with having your dog in the water.
That is actually true. I had to do a little looking on it because the dogs that I have, sometimes I just don't really know what to make of them. I take them to we have a river in Thief River Falls that I go to once in a while with the dogs. And my dogs will, go out maybe up to their bellies. Yeah. And they just stand there. They don't really want to play with a ball that you throw. They just seem kind of baffled by why you threw it out there.
Right.
But then you take them out of the water, and they just love the beach.
Yep, that's sand.
They like to roll in it, and it's cooler down under there, so they do a little digging, and then they roll around, and then you lead them back out to the water, and they just stand there and look around, and they really don't seem that interested in the water. So I guess it's something I do with them on a hot day. It cools them down for a little bit.
I like to dip my feet in the water.
Or if I take two of them, their big activity is to walk over and see what the other one's doing, which is nothing.
Right.
So then they walk back to me and do nothing.
You're right. The water is better over here. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So that's kind of my personal experience with taking the dogs to the river. There's a beach there. But you have a couple of younger dogs.
Yes. And I haven't brought them to the beach yet, but it was super funny because the other day we got just a ton of rain. And out my back door, it stares to the yard, and there is a just huge puddle. And one of them went running down the stairs, and as soon as she hit the puddle, she went like standing like a baby deer. She didn't know what to do, and then the other one went out, and Enzo's just standing there watching, like, what are you doing?
We actually should get them over to the beach and see how they like real water.
They might like it. They're characters, to say the least.
Yeah, that'd be fun to take Dietrich and do that, see if they have any fun with that.
I think everybody would have fun with that. Well,
Yeah, for sure.
The kids, anyway.
Well, I don't know if they're like my dogs. They'll just walk from place to place and stand there. So,
I have to push Daytrick in and.
getting yourself in all sorts of
Yeah.
trouble on that comment, Tori. um, but there's a lot of things that you can do to work with your dogs. My dogs are not gonna go out in the water past their belly, so that's their comfort zone, and I've come to terms with that. They aren't gonna swim, And the thing is actually swimming is an excellent exercise for dogs, for people too.
It really is, yeah.
It's like zero impact,
Yep.
and it's nothing but muscle building and good cardio workout, everything. It's something a dog really could benefit from,
Right.
but not mine.
Well, not if they just stand there.
No,
It's,
no cardio there, that's for sure.
yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm not sure how that's beneficial, but hey,
It does cool them down.
soothing.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
A little,
Zen moment.
yeah, I'd say zen.
You know.
But other than that, and even like I've thought about getting a hydro tank
Yeah.
for water therapy to have them walk in it, even at home,
Yep.
just for some exercise. But I don't know. I think mine might just float to the top.
Well, we should try it just to see.
And Yazzy's pretty buoyant.
Oh yeah.
So anyhow, but it would be excellent exercise if you can get your dog out there and doing some exercise. So I did a little researching, and I did find an article from Fetch,
Okay.
which is by WebMD.
Oh, I like that website.
Yeah, and I actually look at things on there for my own stuff, so
Yeah.
I think they're very reliable. That's just my opinion. But it is on swimming
Okay.
tips. And it starts off with just the swimming basics, and it talks about choosing a shallow spot initially to get the dog used to being in the water.
Mhm.
Keeping your dog on a leash so that if they, for any reason, lose their footing or start to float downriver or out to sea,
Accidents happen.
yeah, for sure, you can kind of rein them in.
Yep.
And then get in the water with them.
Okay.
And Gottie's mom has sent me pictures with her man in the water with Gottie.
Oh.
So I think they're doing a really excellent job of trying to get him out there and swim.
Yep. Well, and I did see something that said that all dogs can swim, but some of them don't because of lack of confidence. So
Oh,
that is an important aspect to swimming, getting your dog to swim, or
right, building their confidence up.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I would totally agree with that. Although, I'm not sure all dogs can swim.
The small, like wiener dogs, dachshunds, I guess, pugs. Some of those smaller dogs are not very good at it,
Uh-huh.
and they do actually recommend a life jacket for some of those breeds. But
Mm,
in a life or death, they could.
I see. Sink or
Hopefully.
swim kind of thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, and then don't force them in, especially if it's in a deeper spot.
Oh,
Also, it is best to start young. So really, the younger they are, it's something they're a little bit more confident in doing. Same article, different section, they talk about rivers, lakes, and ponds. And their tips are to, well, first off, get your dog a life jacket, especially if you take them on a boat or out on a dock. Now, actually, it was interesting, obviously we're bigger dog people, but Gottie's mom said that she had a hard time finding a life jacket that actually held like 150 pounds. I can't remember what she said in the email, if it was up to or if it just said 150 pounds. But so obviously it's a little harder to find a life jacket for the bigger dogs.
well, and I did some looking on that too, different types of life jackets and stuff. And it looks like the stunt puppy one that she got, it can go up to 180 pounds.
Oh, 180.
Yep. So it can go a little bit bigger, and then it starts at like the 5 pound range. So they have
Quite a range.
quite a range. Yep.
And
mean,
just for the record, I do recall in that email she mentioned that they are out of Minnesota.
yes. Yep. They are. So which go Minnesota.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool to deal with someone a little bit more local like that.
Yeah, for sure.
So think about a life jacket for your dog, and then stay away from water with blue/green algae.
Mm.
That can make your dog sick. So I noticed even like around the swimming area at our beach,
Yep.
off to the sides, it gets kind of icky looking.
Murky and
Yeah, and I don't know if they rake the beach area or how they do that, but anyhow, for some reason, my dogs are always drawn to the gross water.
mm.
That's the first thing they do. We start walking out there to do our cool stand,
Yeah.
and suddenly they're heading towards the nasty water. But that is not recommended because it can make your dog sick.
Ooh,
So, yeah, be careful of that.
that would be awful. I did not. I mean,
It makes sense. It's
Yeah.
just not really something you think through. I mean,
I wouldn't have.
yeah, I just don't let them go over there because I think, maybe something died there or
Oh,
something. It's
yeah.
gross.
You just don't know.
No. Also, make sure the current isn't too strong to let your dog swim.
Mm.
If it's pulling, even like just we're on a river, but boats going by create a current, that sort of thing. So you really want to be careful that it's not stronger than your dog or you, for that matter. If you're in the water too,
Yep.
you could both end up in quite a pickle.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, with currents and boats, that can create some weird stuff in the water where it'll just suck you guys right under.
Well, and I have honestly no idea about the ocean.
Yeah.
But for those of you on, the coastlines, I mean, that is something to think about too.
For sure.
Not me, I'm not an ocean gal.
Mm-mm. Large bodies of water are no go for me.
Also, keep your dog. This is excellent because we've had this problem. Keep your dogs away from fishing gear, sharp hooks and barbs.
Georgie.
Yes, can make your dog, or actually, I wrote can make your dog sick.
Oh.
That's not correct. It
Yeah.
can injure your dogs.
For sure.
I was up at 5 o'clock this morning doing that, so
Well,
I miswrote.
I mean, sick with hurt.
Well, yeah. Thanks for trying to make that sound like it made sense.
You're welcome. Do what I can.
But that can also injure a dog, and yes, we have had that happen to our own dog. Also from Fetch, they have a section on general safety. Oh, okay. Rinse them off after being in any type of water. Seawater, minerals, salt, chlorine, algae, and pollution can irritate or damage their skin/fur.
Oh.
So, that is also, if you have multiple dogs, you don't really want them, if you take one dog with you fishing or to the beach or whatever, you bring them home, if there's something that's attached to them, you could be bringing something into your own property that you really don't want to deal with.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So, that's a good one. And then, I don't use flea collars, but it says here to take off their flea collars before they swim.
Oh.
Because it actually washes off the active ingredient.
Oh, that would make sense.
Yeah, so if you are a flea collar user, slip them off before they get in the water. And then dry your dog's ears completely to prevent any infection. They have ear cleaner it has an actual drying agent in it, and that gets the water out of the ears, especially if you have floppy dog ears, it can hold the moisture down.
Yeah.
And later you might end up with an ear infection. Well, not you, but your dog.
Well, either way, it'd be awful.
It'd be awful whoever
Yeah.
gets it. Yeah. Also, never leave your pet alone in the water. I think that's a really good one. I think it's easy to think they can swim. And they might be out there frolicking in the water, having a good old time, and a boat goes by, and they might be in a little problem.
Oh yeah.
So, I mean, really, it's like kids. You just don't leave them unattended
Well, right. Yeah.
around, boats, water, fishing, all that stuff. You should always want to be making sure they're okay. The last tip they have on here, I actually feel like is something that probably every pet owner, whether it's a dog or a cat, should do. But the last tip is to learn canine CPR.
Oh yeah.
And you should know how to do mouth to nose resuscitation and chest compressions. Now, I'm going to make myself sound really bad, especially since I am a breeder and I have a dog kennel,
Mhm.
but I do not know officially how to do CPR on a dog,
I don't either. I've seen it on TV.
like in a movie.
Mhm. So that but as far as my knowledge of dog, or there was a bird one time.
Was that on a movie too?
It may have been Dumb and Dumber.
Um,
You
well,
know.
Tori, if you're referencing Dumb and Dumber to save your pets, you might be in trouble.
No. Good thing I got you then, huh?
I don't know. All right. Well, don't go by Dumb and Dumber.
No.
But actually, as I read this, I thought, I really should look into learning CPR for animals.
It's like you said, everybody that's a pet owner probably should. I've had, my dogs have, air quotes, choked on food where at some point you kind of wonder if,
You should spring into action.
yeah, and then, like 10 pieces of dog food come shooting out when they cough, and it's like, oh, you're good, okay. But, instances like that, it's like, would you just smack them? No. I mean, there's got to be a better way.
Actually, my response has always been to panic. I don't know if you remember, but gosh, what was it? 3 years ago, I had some chicken gizzards
Hmm.
that I was gonna puree for a litter of puppies I had,
Yep.
and Della was standing nearby,
Hmm.
and I just gave her a gizzard
Yeah.
like a fool. I thought she would chew it up and eat it,
Yeah.
and she didn't. She swallowed it, and she choked to the point where I didn't really know what to do. All I could think of was like with a baby, you turn them upside down, you hit them on the back.
yeah.
But generally, what I found out with Della, anyhow, is when I tried to get her upside down, she panicked and started fighting me.
Right.
And when I tried to thump her back, she started flailing her head around like she didn't know what I was doing to her.
Yeah.
And she never did cough it up, but apparently it went down.
Yeah.
And I actually hit a point where I was not sure she was going to make it because she was fighting me with everything I tried to do.
Right.
So, I mean, I think it is a really important thing to know, especially like if you're someone handling a lot of dogs like me.
Yep.
But that is something that I don't know if the average person knows what to do other than watching Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah. Well, see, and my other solution, like, I have bigger dogs. I also have Jim, who is small, but Jim's not choked, but you just reach in their throat. They're big enough, but not all dogs are big enough to do that. So it's like,
Well, I have with the bigger dogs, I mean, I haven't got a lot of choking incidents, but
yeah.
I have poked the back of their throat
Yeah.
to get, well, Yazzie eats pop bottle lids.
Yep.
And so sometimes he accidentally swallows them.
Yeah.
So I'll, reach in and poke his throat to get him to, yak.
Yeah. Yep.
We're totally off topic on this whole swimming
We
thing.
are. We're on
But-
swimming. CPR.
Yeah, let me get back here.
Yeah.
So CPR is a good thing to know, especially if you're taking your dog swimming.
Yep. Learn it.
Yeah, that's the thing to know. Also, when you're taking a dog swimming, it is really important to provide separate drinking water
Oh yeah.
so they aren't getting the parasites, the germs, the little whatever's living in the water. Also, if you're by the ocean, you do not want them drinking salt water.
Oh yeah, that'd be terrible.
Yeah. So that is the tips that WebMD and Fetch had for teaching your dog or teaching your dog, not just teaching them, but also just taking them to the beach.
Just good interactive tips for
Yeah.
when you're out doing that. I did some looking on life jackets, the different types. There's six, a list of six. I got a list today.
Copycat.
I know. I know. So the top six are Herta is the top life jacket. Then there is Easy Dog Premium.
Mm.
And these all of these on this list, they're not just life jackets. They have different, things for dogs, leashes, collars, all that stuff. I didn't really go into that because we're not talking about that today.
So they have a full line of dog accessories.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
So if you want to, match your life jacket, I'm sure, they have sets.
Well, I do love coordinating my dog stuff.
Yeah. There's Paws Aboard,
Oh,
which I like some of these names.
yeah.
There's also Land Shark. Outward Hound. The Outward Hound, it said that it was more specifically for smaller dogs.
Okay.
So you probably wouldn't be able to find something in that with any sort of larger. It looked like 30 pounds was.
Oh.
So pretty small dogs for
Yeah.
that. So maybe they might, like the teacup dogs. I don't know who would put one of those in the water, but
You just put them in your bait box.
yeah, I mean,
Just sit them there.
Yeah.
Not to use them for bait. That's not
No.
what I meant. I
No.
meant just to sit them there.
Keep them safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And then Backcountry is also, so those are the top six life jacket brands for dogs, and a lot of them do vary. I mean, large dogs, small dogs, they have all the different ranges, except for the Outward Hound one. That one was a little bit more specifically for the smaller dogs.
That's interesting. Outward Hound seems like that would be for a bigger dog to me.
Yeah.
But so do any of those stand out to you for like any kind of quality difference or?
So I think part of it depends. Part of it depends on activity level. There are certain things that you kind of want to look for because a lot of them are the same, and they're all going to advertise they're the best. So a lot of the stuff between those is, kind of similar. But one thing you want to look for something that's got bright colors for visibility. Especially if you're out where there's a lot of people or a larger body of water, things like that. Durable top handles, so if your dog does, for whatever reason, need help or get stuck,
Okay.
you can pick them up, help, last thing you want is that thing to break.
Right.
And then the sturdy D-ring, or clipping your leash onto. It kind of goes with making sure that you have a leash on your dog.
Right.
Because even if a dog can swim in order to survive, that doesn't mean they're necessarily going to.
Mm-hmm.
So that is something that I saw just in looking up life jackets that was also really important for that too. The reflective strips kind of goes along with the bright colors too. It's just making sure you can see them and they're visible to other people as well, especially if you're on boats and stuff. You want other people to be able to see that too. And then you also want to make sure that you have the right fit for your dog. And
Is there, with these ones that you're looking up, do they have like a measurement guide with each one so that it's adaptable to their specific brands?
yes, so there should be a size chart with each one, and some of them do go by pounds, but most of them had like measurement charts in inches and centimeters, so that you do know that it is going to fit your dog or not.
Okay.
Because if you don't have the right fit, I mean, that could cause a lot of problems too.
Right.
Your dog could slip out of it, He'll get stuck on something, hung up. There's too much, um, if it's too big. So there's a lot of,
Well, yeah, because even if you got one that had like a handle on the back,
hmm
if it were too big and you went to, lift a wet dog out of the water,
yeah.
I mean, I would almost think they would easily slip out of it.
Oh yeah, for sure. And that's for the best fit, you want it to be snug around their chest and thorax.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. And you want to leave the shoulder region free so that they can move as best they can. Also, the same thing with the hind end. You want to make sure that most of the flotation device is up middle of the chest and then around the body, making sure that they can still move their shoulders and their back end freely so that they can have their best chance to be able to swim or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and there's a lot of good reasons to use a life vest, not just for safety too, but if you get your dog in there early enough, you might not even ever need a life jacket, but for your dog. But um, it helps with endurance in the water. They can spend more time in there because even if your dog does like being in the water, swimming's tiring.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
So if they get to a point where they're fatigued and they just want to hang there,
They can just float. They just float.
that would be my dogs.
Yeah. You see Floki float. He might love it actually now that I say that. He's so cute.
Well, when you're talking about size and weight measurements, I was kind of running that through my head, but Yazi and Zeus are similar weights. They're right in the 45 pound range.
Yep.
And if you look at them, Yazi has a tank type build and a slightly shorter body.
Yep.
Where Zeus is taller and has a slimmer look about him.
Mm-hmm.
And they weigh the same.
Which is actually super interesting because they look so different.
They do, but they're the same weight.
Yep.
And so, if you find a life jacket that just goes by weight alone,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that could still not be an accurate fit for whatever you got for a breed, knowing the difference in my two dogs.
Right.
Well, and then Ziggy, he's in the same weight range, and he's got like a really long body compared to the other two. Well, kind of.
He does, yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, you'd almost want to find a life jacket company that goes by a measurement chart
Right.
over a weight chart.
Yep. Well, and your dog might be fat. Not that I know that from experience or anything, but
Did you just call Yazzie fat?
no. I was referring to my dog.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Thought you just called him fat.
No, Yazzy's not. He's beautiful. Just has a wiggly tail.
Anyhow, sorry about that. I thought she called my dog fat.
No, she calls my dogs fat. Okay, let's get it right here. Yeah.
I can't.
Mm-hmm.
Anyhow, okay. Double standard there. Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. Happens all the time. It's back and forth. But life jackets also, they help with muscle soreness. So when you're done, which that might be spoiling your dog, but still, it helps improve their swimming technique. Just holding them up in the right spots so they can move more correctly when they're in the water swimming.
Wait a minute. What do you mean muscle soreness? What do you mean?
Like if they go swimming and they're sore when they're done.
Yeah.
They can
How does a life jacket help?
Because they don't have to use their muscles as much.
Oh, when they're hanging in the water
Yeah.
floating?
Yeah.
Oh.
So that they can it's not as hard because they're
okay.
they're
All right.
being supported in the water.
All right. I missed that. Sorry.
Yeah. And then it helps with confidence too because they're thinking I'm so good at this. Look at me go.
And I can just hang here.
Yeah. I am so cool right now. And really you're just giving them something floaty to swim with. But whatever works.
Right.
Again, it's most dogs can swim, and if they're gonna die, usually they can figure it out. Not all dogs. So don't go throwing your dogs in, rivers and lakes and being like, hey, go for it, have fun.
You know, that would be an old-fashioned method.
Well, that's what
That's
Dad did to us.
yeah.
So I'm
there
glad
you
Travis was there.
So your dad threw you in and your brother saved you?
Yeah. It's like, she can't swim. Yeah, well, we know now. At least he didn't want me to die.
Now the world knows why I divorced him.
Yeah, well, let it be known. Just throws children in the water. I mean, who does that? It's a thing.
Well, it's a good thing Travis could swim.
I know. I appreciate that.
I
Yeah.
brought you to life, and Travis kept you here.
Yeah. Thank goodness, because I don't know. Dad would have had us downstream 2 miles.
You can do it. Swim.
I saw you pop up for air. I know you're all right. So now that I've outed my dad on being terrible, we can get back to the dogs. But don't do that to your dogs either. It's not nice.
So what we're saying here on Real Talk Dog Talk is do not throw your children in the water
Mhm.
or your pets.
Yeah, don't.
Okay.
It's rude. Okay, life jacket, safety first, or Big Brother,
Right.
whatever method. So.
Actually, now that we're talking about swimming, I know I talk about Tucker a lot.
Mhm.
And he is the dog that you get him near water and he's in it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I've taken him for walks down our driveway, down our road, and or rainwater in the ditch.
Oh yeah.
He is in it all the time.
He loves the water.
I mean, if you have a pool in the yard for the dogs, he doesn't just go toddle around in it. He fully submerges himself till his head is just above the water. He absolutely loves water. For those of you that don't know, Tucker is a pit bull husky mix that belongs to my youngest son.
Yep.
And that dog came from the Humane Society, our local one. And that dog, I talk about him a lot because he's just a character. And he's actually been a part-time at my home. Whenever Cody is not available, he stays with me. And he is just a crazy dog, is really what he is.
Very impressive too.
That too, he really is. And you just gotta love him.
Yep.
And that dog absolutely cannot get enough of water.
I sometimes think I'm like, Cody cuddles with him after he's been in the nasty ditch water, and I'm like, that's gross. He's like, well, we can shower.
Actually, for a dog that loves water,
Mhm.
he does not allow baths. He does not like
Oh.
getting sprayed with water.
That is gross. Very interesting.
Yeah, he does not like being given baths.
Oh, my dogs have to. Except for Jim. But he's a snot.
Oh, well.
So.
Anyhow, but yeah, some dogs just naturally take to the water, and Tucker, shallow water that he can just roll around in, or deep water that he's swimming in, I mean, all the time. He just loves being in the water, and there's a handful of dogs that are like that.
Yep.
Mine aren't in that handful,
Mhm.
but some dogs you don't really have to teach them that. They just take to it. So,
Yeah. Well, and mine, Enzo and Jim are fine without the water. I mean, Enzo does baths, okay, but he doesn't really care to be in the water. I am curious to find out about the younger dogs because they might actually be kind of fun. But
well, we might need to take them this week and see what they do.
I think we should. That'd be fun. They might. I don't know. They might like it. So.
Well, they're kind of rowdy dudes, so they might have fun in there. I don't know. Anyhow, so I guess with the swimming, one thing I did find when I was looking on the internet this morning, but there are some states that actually have water parks for dogs.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yep. I was looking through that, and I thought that was such a nice idea. It sounds to me, this is my interpretation of what I read at 5 a.m., so you know.
Okay, grain of salt, people.
Right. kidding. But anyhow, some of them kind of designate a certain portion of a beach, like along the ocean,
Oh, sure.
for like a. It sounds like it's kind of a. It is a water park, but also just a dog park as well.
Nice.
One had said that they have trails and other things for the dogs to explore and experiment, and then others were just, it sounded as though they're just like a designated portion of the beach where the dogs can go and play in the water. Some, you always have to check to see if the rules for the parks, dog parks, water parks for dogs, is if there's leash rules for them.
Right.
You always want to be compliant with that, because to me, you start abusing the use of a dog park or a dog water park, and they're going to disappear pretty fast.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just best to, follow those rules, make sure you're correct in how you're handling your dog in public.
Well, and I would not want to be the reason they took something like that away.
No kidding. Yep.
I mean, I think it's so cool when they have stuff like that for dogs, because why wouldn't you want? There are people who would rather have animals than kids.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Now they have a park to bring them to. I
Yep.
mean, how cool is that?
Well, and actually, my mom lives 4.5 hours south of me, and frequently I take a dog or two with me to go down there, and about halfway, there is a town that right behind the gas station where fuel up and get your snacks and a drink or whatever you need for the journey. There's a dog park there, and it's so handy because you're already stopping for gas. And it's just a small fenced area where they can run around. There's no specification on the leash end of it, but when I see other people coming, I put my dog on a leash.
Right.
But some of those dog parks are set up so that they're really great for travel.
Well, and that's the thing. I don't think some people really think about that, but people do travel with their dogs. They don't always board them, so you do need somewhere to stop along the way. In gas station parking lot, they have little grass areas, but that's not always ideal, and sometimes they're not easy to get to, and there's a lot of issues with that. So I think it's amazing when they have things like that along the way.
Yeah, and that's why, not taking care of it, not following the rules is really not smart, because they'll disappear if people, abuse the privilege of having them.
Well, and that's the thing. If people are going to cause problems and, all that, then why should they have it there?
Right.
It's going to be a problem, so.
But yeah, so there's some practical reasons for dog parks, not just for fun. But
right.
Let's see, there was one in Texas. Let me look at my note. Yeah, it's Dallas, Texas has some that was on the list. North Bark Dog Park.
Oh. Okay.
And then White Rock Lake Dog Park. They have water features. It's actually a dog park with water features in it.
Oh.
And it's just a place for dogs to cool off and be able to romp around for a bit. But some of that stuff is really cool. It's really coming about that people get to include their dogs in their lives. I mean, even back when I was young, dogs were at home, waiting for you while you're gone on vacation.
Yeah.
They didn't have doggy daycare. They didn't have, anything that they have now. It's just gotten so it's so nice for dogs. I don't board my dogs when I'm gone.
Right.
We kind of,
coordinate.
well, we work with each other on that. And I watch your dogs, you watch mine, and
Yep.
we're able to do that. But
Mm-hmm.
there was a time when they didn't have all this dog entertainment / activity available to people, especially in public. So.
Yeah. Which that would have been cool. I mean, there's been some dogs that we've had that, man, they would have loved that stuff. Can you imagine Jasper at a place like that?
Oh,
My gosh.
yeah.
He loved the water, too.
I think Lolly would have liked it too.
Oh, yeah.
She was always with. Anyhow, so there's a lot of options for getting your dog out in the water. And too, I guess if they don't like swimming in a lake or the ocean or a pond or any kind of natural water area, maybe finding a water park or a park that has water features in it, something like that.
Yeah.
That might be a fun option too if they're just not having the whole hopping in the lake thing.
Well, even a $10 plastic pool from Walmart in your backyard and fill it up,
Hmm.
that'd be nice for a summer day. Now, if you have kids, just know that they're gonna share that. So,
Well, I buy those and I think I spend most of the summer scrubbing them and dumping them. So it's kind of a headache, but they do like to. My dogs just stand in it up to their knees probably, and they
yeah.
just watch the leaves fall and then they leave and track it back in the
Hmm.
house.
Or Zeus will pee in it, so you have to refill it.
Uh,
He's, I can't believe that. That was
yeah,
John.
we don't know why he does that, but the pool is his.
Yeah, we know it. Okay.
Anyhow, so that's kind of what we found on swimming with your dogs. Some tips for getting them out there and seeing if they'd like to be part of a weekend at the lake. That sounds like an awesome plan for me. I would love to do that myself. But sometimes there's a little work getting the dogs ready and out there before you actually have the fun.
Well, and honestly, I think it's awesome the more you do with your dog. I mean, that's just super cool. So,
Not just super cool, but very bonding.
I love my dogs.
I think the more you can do with your dogs, the better.
Yep. Yep. I think people think I'm weird when I'll be leaving Thief River to come home, and I'll see somebody in the store, bump into them, and I'm like, oh well, I gotta get going. I gotta get going. I gotta get back to my dogs, and they're like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, but they're waiting for me. Like,
Yeah.
so
Well, I do try to take mine with as much as I can, but in the hotter months, it's hard to do that. Even when it's super cold out, you kind of hate to leave them in a cold car, but it
yeah,
probably doesn't bother them as much as it does me. But up here, it gets into, wind chills of 40 below,
yeah.
so that is awful cold for a dog to be outside.
Well, and it cools off in those cars awful quick too.
Yeah, it
So,
does. Yeah.
um, I mean, and you can leave your car running, but that's a dangerous game.
That is so true. I know. I actually left my car running with Leroy in the truck one
Oh,
time.
he's trouble anyway.
He was. He was a yellow lab we had for many years when the kids were young, and he locked the car with the key in it.
Mhm.
And I had to call someone, a tow company, to come and try to get the lock unlocked. And Leroy kept playing with their equipment that came in the window to try to pull the lock. And he would not leave it alone. So I was trying to go on the other side of the truck and distract him. But I think all he could think of was, hey, there's something to play with over here. I don't got time.
She called friends. Okay.
So, so he was. I think they should have charged me extra for dealing with Leroy, but actually, I think they were kind of entertained by his silliness.
They should have given you a discount for stress relief
Yeah.
on the job. Okay.
But anyhow, so yeah, that is something you want to be careful taking your dogs with and leaving your car running unless you got an extra key on you.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
But anyhow, so swimming is great fun. We don't want to ever, abuse the dog parks, the dog water parks. Make sure to take care of them and pick up after them. And some of the tips I hope have been helpful. If not, we've sure enjoyed looking it up and learning some stuff ourselves. Actually,
Honestly, this is great because I've learned a lot just looking things up from questions that you guys have had, and I don't know, I enjoy it.
yeah.
So,
So we hope we helped you out as much as we help ourselves out.
So if you guys have any questions or comments, again, go ahead and email us at realtalkdogtalk@yahoo.com.
Thanks for joining us, and we hope you join us again for our next podcast.
Bye.
Bye.